Hello everyone, welcome back to another Rosie video. Today I have a very, not an interesting video, but, you know, a reflection video, if you would, to my latest video, which was my honest thoughts on the leaders in Star Wars Unlimited. And I made a quick little tier list of whatever leaders were on there. Um, and there's something I must address from this video. The first thing, I got a lot of comments. I got a lot of people saying, the main thing is Iden and D tier is crazy. And I agree. Now that we are, a week, 2 weeks into the game, 3 weeks into the game, or whatever, you have to understand I made this video with my initial experience of the game, which I explained in the beginning of the video. These were just my thoughts and opinions. None of this is absolute. Nothing I say on this channel is absolute, right? It's just how I feel about certain things. Iden is not necessarily a leader that fits my specific playstyle in any video, or not any video game, but any type of card game. So I did not see the ultimate power or whatever that she can contain. However, some of these comments are are a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Some of them are a little dramatic. Like this one out here brags at the start about how much he played that doesn't understand basic mechanics. That's gonna be a non-follow for me, dog. We listened to the beginning of the video. Fan of it. I've really been enjoying it. I've actually went and gone to my local game store and played a couple games of it. I've been building decks with my friends. I've drafted it. I've played constructed. I've played the starter decks, and I think I've played enough to formulate a very basic opinion on how good the leaders are. So, opening of the video, I say I've played enough to formulate a very basic opinion. Anyway, I even said other times in the video, this is just my initial thoughts. Some leaders seem obviously much stronger than other leaders on paper, and some of the other ones like what's another? Yeah, this guy has no clue. Lol. Hera in D is insane. You played Rebel Double Green and it's an easy A. Well, I'm also looking at the hero or the leaders. Sorry, the leaders, and not just in like a what would it be? Not just in a like vacuum. So like I'm not just looking at it in Premiere. I'm not just looking at them in Draft. I'm not just looking at them in Limited. I'm looking at them overall. Hera is terrible in Draft. If you draft Hera, you are isolating the cards that you can use in your deck that will work well with her. That you couldn't just run. I don't know, Leia or something that is gonna give you better, like a better chance, right? So for that reason, I had her in D. Is she better than D? Probably. I listen. I'm not sitting here and saying that my statement is absolute or anything like that. But Hera's not better than Leia. Hera's not better than Sabine. Hera's not better than any of the other things. Could she be like a C, B, or A tier, like that guy said? Probably. I'm open to the evolution of the game and realizing that I am not right. That's just my opinion. I don't think Hera is that high on the list, right? So you know, I love the comments, interactions. I love hearing people's thoughts. The one I actually, another thing too is people were asking where certain leaders were, like Sharut and Palpatine. I didn't make the tier list. I didn't realize they weren't on there. It kind of slipped my mind. I probably should have checked beforehand. So that's on me. I messed up. And um, the next time I make a tier list, I will be sure to add them on the tier list. Anyway, like I was saying, I'm open to any comments. I'm open to things like this one. You can't rank things you don't know. I can give you my opinions on what I do know, and that's what I did for the video. I we'll move on from it. It's okay. I am man enough to admit when I am wrong about something, and I was wrong about when did I rank her? I was wrong about putting Iden Versio in D tier. She is way better than D tier, and I was wrong, and that's what this video is for. It is me essentially apologizing. So let's take another look at Iden Versio for this video. Right here, I have her pulled up. Let me move my webcam for us real quick. So she gets this is the showcase version, which I think looks really good. Actually, I think all the showcases look good. Maybe I'll do a video on ranking the showcases and which ones I think look the best. So not an opinion on abilities and how good leaders are, but which one I think looks the best. Because remember, all my videos are my opinions, and I can have a terrible opinion. That's okay. It's still my opinion. Anyway, she has a exhaust action. If an enemy was defeated this phase, heal 1 damage from your base. So you only get to do that once a phase, and once you do it, you heal the 1 damage, and that's it until you both pass and go on to your next turn. And then when you flip her over to her leader unit side, she is a 4/4, comes in shielded, and when an enemy unit is defeated, heal 1 damage from your base. So, I I'm gonna tell you right now, I think that her horizontal side, her initial leader side, I don't think that's that good. You get to heal 1 damage per turn at most. Well, if you play like Sabine's gonna deal 1 damage to you regardless. So all you're doing is neutralizing that, and it's evening the field state, which is okay. You know that like that it's good. Like it's not D tier. All right, I was a little too harsh. It's not D tier, but her flip side on the leader unit side, healing 1 damage every time a unit is defeated and not having to exhaust for that ability, that is very strong. I will admit, I did not really think that through. And that's why in this initial video, she is right here in the D tier. She should not be in D tier. I agree. Also, some people brought up some good points. Not only on my videos, but I've seen people talk in the community. Iden is probably the best control leader, which at the time of the video, the consensus that I had heard and that other people had said was Krennic is the best control leader. And I'm not really a control guy, so obviously I'm not going to understand which control leader is better and which one is worse. You know, and remember this tier list is one leaders that I could see myself playing also, leaders that I could see myself building around, leaders that I could see myself like making a deck and taking it into a game and playing with it, right? So neither of them were very high up on there. But if we go to this right here, I believe this is the deck list from the tournament. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find the links that I saw people talking about. Like, I wasn't able to re-find the information. But Iden did place third in a 100-person tournament, I believe, is what I read somewhere. And I might be wrong on that. Please let me know in the comments down below if I am. But Iden Versio in Energy Conversion Lab. Energy Conversion Lab seems to be the best base, just hands down. And I understand why. It's got an epic action. Play a unit that costs 6 or less from your hand and give it ambush for this phase. I mean, that's solid. No matter how you look at it, that is a solid card right there. And you're only sacrificing 5 health to do that. I think Energy Conversion Lab is going to be a staple. At least we'll see with new sets and stuff like that. But anyway, the list is very. I like the Trooper sub theme, I guess is what you would call it. It's got a Trooper theme. It's got a Trooper theme. Every single one of these cards is a Trooper except Super Laser Tech, which is just a staple. Super Laser Tech and Count Dooku is not a Trooper either, obviously. And then the space units are pretty simple too. Inferno 4, System Patrol Craft, which is like the best blue Sentinel spacecraft. I run a set of 3 in my Grand Inquisitor deck that I built. And then the 2 a Relentless, which Relentless for 9 is kind of crazy, but I was wrong about where Iden was on the tier list, so maybe I'm not seeing the full strength of Relentless yet. And then a lot of removal in the event side. So let's see, Power of the Dark Side, that's 1 removal. Takedown is 2nd removal. Overwhelming Barrage is a 3rd removal. Vanquish is a 4th removal. And then Super Laser Blast is a 5th removal. So that is 5 removals out of the 6 events that you're running. So it's a lot of control. I didn't think it was that strong because of how costly all of the removals events are. Like Overwhelming Barrage is really strong, but it costs 5. Vanquish is really strong, but it costs 5. Super Laser Blast is 8. You know, like you're. It seems like a lot of times when you're using these, you're just dumping your whole resource cost into them, and that's just like the end all be all, right? So, like I said earlier, I was wrong. I admit I was wrong. I'm going to make more videos in the future, talking about where I was wrong and what happened and stuff like that. And yeah, no, and I don't mind the comments. Like, I don't mind the comments that say, you can't rank things you don't know, talking about how I'm bragging, talking about, like, it's whatever. I really don't care, to be honest. But I do care about having a nice civil discussion about the strength of leaders and their impact and which ones are good, which ones are bad. For example, Rathamak, shout out Rathamak, said, "Why didn't you rank Sharut?" I said he was on the list. Honestly, I forgot about him, but I would probably put him C tier. And Rathamak said, "Interesting. I'd probably put him A myself." And I said, as more strategies develop, my opinion on all leaders are going to change. I'm going to make a new video about my changed opinions as well. Why do you feel like Sharut is that high? And he said, because of force throw, he's one of the few leaders that can one-shot higher level leaders like Boba and Vader for the low cost of a resource and discarding a Luke, and he comes out early and is only vulnerable to takedown. I said, interesting. That's a great point. I'll have to look into that more. I wasn't even aware that was a strategy because the game is so fresh and so early. So thank you, Rathamak, for showing me that strategy, I guess, or that build, and making me think about leaders in a different way. Kind of like, looking at Iden, I reflect on Iden and stuff like that. So I obviously, Krennic is another one, like right here in this comment. Krennic just won a 100-play tournament somewhere, and Iden placed third. That's the tournament I was talking about, right? So Krennic is probably higher than C too. So I'm gonna make more videos in the future. I'm gonna make more tier lists in the future. I'm gonna continue to give my opinions. And like I've said, I don't even know how many times in this video and in the last video, my opinions are not absolute, and I can be wrong about so many things. So obviously I was wrong, and I will continue to be wrong in the future. But that's not my purpose as a creator. My purpose as a creator is to spark discussion, and my purpose is to give you how I feel about certain things, because I'm going to feel differently than how you feel, right? And that's okay. And I want to hear how you feel. So anyway, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I hope you guys continue to enjoy Star Wars Unlimited like I have. I've been loving the game so much. I've been playing it a lot with my friends. I've been collecting. I've been doing the whole 9 yards, right? So hope you guys have a lovely day. I will see you guys in the next video. And don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. Keeps the lights on. As you can see, the lights in my room are off right now. And I will see you guys in the next video. Check out my other content too. And maybe leave a nice comment. I would love that. So bye-bye.